we talked about having a lot of hustles, all of us doing a lot of different things, having a lot of different hustles, right? And I want to know if this hustle culture, right? This hustle culture, this side hustle culture, what's influencing that? And is it absolutely necessary for people to be able to make enough money to survive right now?
I want to speak on the hustle culture and then I'm going to back up. Hustle culture is cool, but I think that we are setting unrealistic expectations for people. It is okay to go get a job. Let me just say that. Everybody thinks that they have to be an entrepreneur or that they have to have a side hustle or they have to have. That is not for everybody, and we have to be okay with people that wake up every morning and clock in, and stop dogging them and making it seem like, oh, you don't work for yourself. It puts a lot of pressure on people. Being an employee for somebody, if that works for you, it is okay. Go do your thing and make your coins and go home and be happy. So yeah, that's my 2 cents
I
on it.
yeah, the hustle culture for me is an interesting phenomenon. Whether it's just like you're always having to have these side hustles. What I often find is that a lot of people are driven to these hustle cultures because they don't think that they have enough, when really they just need to learn how to manage what they have, and their spending is out of control. And they're not really understanding how money works. Because if you figure out how money works and start making it work for you, then you don't have to work as hard. And that, I'll rest when I'm dead kind of mentality goes out the window, because we need rest. Okay. And
Overworking
also,
is not a flex.
and then
Overworking
also
is not a flex.
hustle culture is like something that capitalism has bastardized to make it seem like working all the time is the thing to do, and it's really not. So just take that with a grain of salt and just understand that, um, why are you hustling? Are you hustling backwards? you
Yeah.
know, like, yeah.
So hold
I
on,
mean,
Nasima. Let's
hmm
so sorry, Patty. I want to just make sure we talk about this for a quick second. So Nasima,
hmm
and everybody listening in, if you're just kind of tuning in, you're getting acclimated to the show right now. If you have any questions or topics that you want us to discuss, put them in the chat and we'll select an additional topic by the time we get done here. But what I want to know, Nasima, is, and I want you to tell your story a little bit. You have paid off over $1 million of debt. Is that correct?
hmm
And you
hmm
teach people
Wow.
about wealth building. So give us some kind of tactical strategies here. You say that we're looking, people spend money wrong, deal
Yeah,
with
I
money
mean,
wrong.
yeah, a lot of times people are looking towards like a six-figure goal, or thinking that they need to make money before. Oh, sorry, I'm reading Nick's comment. Anyway, so they're thinking that they need to make more money in order to meet certain goals. When really, when
Before you keep
really,
going, let's just address the fact that you delivered NECA's baby, because this is hilarious. The fact that, no, like, for real, you do this in real life, okay?
Right.
And
and
you
I
know
love what
NECA
I
really
do.
well.
No, seriously.
She knows NECA's vagina. Yes.
Very well. Yes, thank you. Yes, so I'm a labor and delivery nurse, right? So, and I'll probably always be a labor and delivery nurse. Um, but the thing is that I have created a career that I don't want to have to retire from, but it's also a career that I make really good money in doing. And so, but once you get your finances in order, like, what you understand is that your money, again, like I said, is going to work for you. So yes, I paid off the debt. I paid off all this debt, but what I really needed to learn was, first of all, how to budget, like, which is like one of those words that everybody is like, deprivation, all these kind of things. No, what a budget allowed me to do was to focus my spending on the things that I really cared about, and cut out spending on things that really didn't matter, things I didn't even remember what I bought. Like, when you buy things and you're just like, I don't even know where that money went, what I spent that money on. It allowed me to be
Mhm.
intentional about where my money was going. So that, creating that budget, um, actually having an intentional spending plan, aka a budget, is what enabled me to, in 3 years, be able to pay off $1 million in debt, plus build a six-figure investment portfolio. And it was just that shift in intentionality. I didn't make more. Let me tell you, I was going through a lot during that time. I was going through a divorce. I was in an abusive marriage. I went from being a single mom to being in an abusive marriage to, being a single mom again. So I didn't make more money. But what I did was just really hone in on what was important to me. And what was important to me was making sure that I was in a financial position that I could dip if I wanted to. If I can lose, I can leave a job if that job wasn't serving me. And so, as far as practical tips, it's really about understanding where your money is going, and then creating a spending plan or a budget to make sure that your money is always being aligned with your goals first, and then everything else will fall into place.
I feel like this is a very important point in the conversation to discuss where that comes from. So I can't help but to think about the fact that if you go out and you buy a bag or you buy something and you may not be able to afford it, right? Because I think what you said is hustling backwards, if we translate it or reword it, is simply just living outside of your means, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to give off an image. And in some careers, some of that is taught and some of it is brought. But we carry these insecurities with us, especially many of us that don't come from much, right? We carry a lot of insecurities with us, and we say, "Hey, I feel like I need to look like this part, so I need to live in a certain house, I need to drive a certain car, I have to wear certain clothes, I have to have certain things because this is how I want to be perceived in order to validate my self worth." I have found time and time again with my own personal finances, with all the problems I've gone through and overcome, and of course, all the ones I've witnessed with my clients over the years that trust me, something I've learned is that reflective process, that purification process, and I'll even call it that when you're dealing with your finances, has a lot to do with just sitting down and looking in the mirror. I was going through my own drawers, just cleaning out the drawers, realizing that I do not belong in Target ever again in my life. Like, I do not ever need to go to Target again. I've stocked up enough on this. I got enough of that. I'm doing, and there is a satisfaction I feel sometimes when I'm stressed to go into the store and spend some money. And so whether it's doing it for retail therapy, whether it's doing to look a certain part, whether it's doing to keep up with the Joneses. And when Claudia and I were talking earlier, we were saying that is really part of the impact that we see, part of the impact that we're seeing with social media, right? And what we're thinking, like, how do people feel when it's down? You were talking about the dopamine hits and what it looks like. Well, a part of it being down is a blessing, right? Maybe it should have been down for a week so you can remember what it looked like to pet your dog and play with your kids and talk to your mom, right? And how those things might, fulfill you much more deeper than scrolling and comparing ourselves to other people. So that was kind of a thought. I just think it would be a huge missed opportunity if we don't redefine hustling backwards as living outside of your means and really diving into whatever it is inside of us, because only you can answer that causes you to want to live outside your means. What pushes those buttons? What are those triggering feelings? How do we address that? How do we heal that? Because I think that that's the greater goal if we're talking about humanity.